Meanwhile, back up at Lucan Weir, Simon Wright and Stuart Smith, and they don't negotiate the Weir successfully. Fergus Cooper still tracking Pringle and Watkin as they approach Lucan. He's a member of the new Selbridge Canoeing Club, the Contrast Canoe Club, second last year, 32 seconds behind Gary Meyer. Fergus is on target to take a Jemison Liffey Descent K1 title. That's Mark Hudson and Anthony Rowan, two more competitors from South Africa. Malcolm Banks, a former Liffey Descent K1 class winner. He was third in the 1997 Upper Liffey Marathon. Behind him, Adam Strevens, and behind Strevens, his teammate from Salmon Leap, David Francis, number 790. Tim Brabants and James Block are still ahead of the chasing pack of the K2, coming to the notorious Wren's Nest Weir. They take a line a little bit too much to the right, and they're getting sucked into that right-hand stopper, paddling ferociously to try and escape. They manage to get clear of danger, but they've lost a couple of seconds, and that gives the other crews an opportunity to close the gap. Gary and John Meyer are next over Wren's Nest, leading the Tordoff brothers over, safely negotiating the Wrens, and Slater and Dark follow through behind those two crews. Back at Lucan Weir, this is James Smith, 6'3", the leading junior K1 paddler, successfully over the Weir. And then taking the high drop, Graham Champ and David O'Connor, junior K2 paddlers from Selbridge paddlers, thrill seekers both, getting a bit close to the steps. Could have damaged the boat, but successfully stay afloat, although David O'Connor loses his paddle. That's Douglas Gold and Kim Jean Boss from South Africa over Lucan, and over they go as well. The M50 motorway bridge, and far below the K2 of the Tordoffs up to second position. Then it's Slater and Dark, followed by the Myers. Back at Lucan, Chris de Waal from the Milnerton Canoe Club in South Africa, lying in 8th position in the men's senior K1 class. And then number 403, Nick Daniels, K1 veteran class from Reading Canoe Club. He's just one of the many English visitors here today. And this is our first look at the mighty Palmerston Weir, the second of the big V weirs on the course, as Tim Brabants and James Block go over it. Got to take a line very much to the right-hand side and paddle through the standing wave at the bottom of the weir. And 262. Greg Slater and Simon Dark approaching in second place, and the distinctive Myers, the Irish crew, following them. And the Tordoffs going across Palmerston just behind the Myers. All the leading K2 crews safely over Palmerston. Looks like Mark Perro, the South Africa, managed to pick up a replacement paddle, but they're out of touch with the K2 leaders now because of that problem back at Lucan. And at that weir, which has been causing quite a number of problems, 7 times women's champion Michelle Barry, representing Ireland at international level in K1. That's Sean Cahill, 911. David Martin and Colin Quinn, they find themselves in a little bit of trouble. Ireland's Michael O'Mara lying second in the men's whitewater class behind South African Sean McGuigan. Rene Claremont representing the French Canoe Federation on Michael's stern. Mick O'Mara, a veteran of many long-distance challenges, and he's from Waterford. To Glenollan Weir, better known as Broken Weir, more a set of rapids than a weir. No real difficulty for the K2 leaders, Tim Brabants or James Block here. They just need to avoid those slalom poles. Only one more weir ahead of them now, and that's Chapelizod. They must keep a steady pace, maintain concentration as they begin to tire on the run-in. What a great race we've got for second place. 3 boats in contention. Gary and John Meyer have the power for a strong sprint finish, we know that, but Greg Slater and Simon Dark are still in the hunt, and of course you can't discount the Tordoffs. They've shown over the years their ability to outsprint challengers in the long run up to the finish. Fraser Gormall, number 317 of the Scottish team, a regular competitor in the event. Working his way along the stopper is Fraser in the whitewater boat. Finished third in the whitewater class in the 1996 Liffey Descent. 363, Shane Kelly from Richmond Canoe Club directly behind him. There's Eileen Murphy, and Eileen having her problems there. And 420 is Sean Martin battling his way through the stopper. Forward to Chapelizod Weir, the K2 leaders, and they negotiate the fish slide at Chapelizod, shooting it very nicely indeed. The chasing group, well, they've picked up a little bit of time on the leaders. No change in the positions, though. The Irish crew lead the way over Chapelizod. So the Weirs approaching Chapelizod, shooting it at a 45-degree angle, avoiding the fish slide. And the Tordofs are in a bit of trouble. They're back in 4th place, 3rd of that group. They've got caught in the stopper, and with every stroke they are losing more and more time. They've already lost about 10 or 15 seconds and back in 4th place. Neil and Howard Blackman from Nottingham just out of the top 10 as they go over Palmerston Weir, getting caught in the left-hand stopper. Ian Pringle and Howard Watkins are just behind them, and keeping pace with them, Fergus Cooper leading in the K1 class. Fergus with a very, very distinctive style and not having an awful lot of luck in the longer races this year, finishing 2nd in a number of races, hoping to go one better in the Liffey descent. Malcolm Banks, 1992 champion over Palmerston, won the lower Liffey race a week before this event, and that's 790, David Francis. To Chapelizod Bridge, the Weirs are followed by Slater and Dark. The Tordofs have been dropped at this stage after their problems at Chapelizod Weir. They lost touch when they got stuck in the stopper. Up ahead, the finish line nears for Tim Brabants and James Block. They're nearly home at this stage. Back up the river, a lot of paddling still to be done. 1,200 competitors started off. They're strung out along the course in their own canoe class contest. That's Chris Duval from South Africa, currently in the top 10 in the K1 class. And here come Douglas Gold and Kim Jean Boss, a mixed crew from South Africa. And they're getting just too close to the left-hand stopper, managing to stay afloat there, and they've gone. Darrell Bohm from South Africa's Victoria Lake Canoe Club. He's on his way to a veteran K1 title. Despite the name, Sean McGuigan, he's not from Ireland, he's from South Africa. He's leading the whitewater class at the moment from Mick O'Mara.